Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Knicks podcast. I'm your host, Apollo Reed. I'm here with the big bro, Andre Jalil.
What
How
up,
y'all
baby?
doing, man? How you feeling, man?
I'm chilling, Paul. You know my style. I'm chilling. We got a couple wins like last couple days. Like, yeah, don't mean nothing, but hey, we had to show up and show out.
Word. You know, a lot of the fan base ain't too happy with those wins. You know what I'm saying? But we'll get into that. We'll get into that. But tonight, first off, shout out to the chat. You know what I'm saying? RBL's
Chat
already
lit
in here.
already? The chat
What's
lit?
going on? What's going on? We good, man. How you doing? How you feeling tonight? I know you I know your Lakers season is over. He's a Laker fan, so which is why I
RBL?
appreciate him, coming through and showing
If
love.
there's one thing I love about this NBA season, it's that the Lakers didn't make the playoffs.
Why you didn't like how they teamed up and did all of that, huh?
I don't like none of that, man. I hate when big teams like the Lakers, or they could kind of pretty much do whatever they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Turn around and they get, they went and got Russell Westbrook. Somebody posted up something that I thought was real interesting. It was like they won the year of the COVID.
Right.
They got that COVID championship, and they said they didn't win.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't win since.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't even make the playoffs.
He said, "This is the last time I will watch a show because of that." I'm sorry, this is the Knicks channel, Paul.
Yeah,
this
listen. You know how it is. We both suffering together this year, so we really can't say much. Neither one.
I mean, it ain't just the Lakers. I'm glad that. Well, I don't know how the Clippers doing.
It was good. Toxic. It was good.
Toxic. What up?
The Clippers are in the play-in, I believe. Let me check. I think I had the.
See, they held on. They got a team, but what I don't like, basically, what I was about to say with the Lakers, I don't like them super teams. Give me a team that you could coach.
Yeah, like Clippers in the play-in versus Minnesota.
Okay, get a team you could coach where the story is dope. Like the Lakers were supposed to win.
Yeah, I mean, especially because Melo and LeBron finally teamed up, and they were supposed to.
Melo, LeBron, he was trying to get CP3 from what I understand before they had Russell stunk up the season. I mean, it's funny because he still got his numbers.
Yeah,
but he just looked like, I don't know if he was no focus or not. I don't know what's up with that dude. But I do believe everybody looking at KD like, oh, I know what you was going through. I feel like everybody looking at KD like, oh, I see why you did what you did.
Oh, you mean in terms of dealing with Westbrook.
Yeah, because you're looking at it like, yo, he got Russell Westbrook. Why he leaving him?
Right.
I feel like he saw all of that we seeing now. I feel like he saw that.
Salute. Shout out to the chat. If y'all in here, hit that, smash that like button. Hit us with a like. That's it. That's a little pay. That's a little payday right there.
What up, baby?
A quick drink. But yeah.
So yeah, it was it wasn't supposed to go like that. But every time I saw them, every time it was a close game, I found myself in there like the other team shooting. I'm like, I hope they getting that shot. and the funny thing is, the ill thing is, I don't have anything against LeBron a little bit, but I like LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
I like AD. I like Carmelo. You know what I'm saying? Russell, I don't know how I feel about the brother. I feel like the brother go too hard. I just his post-game interviews, he be trying to dodge. It just gets a little stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't really have a problem with him. It's just that I don't like when teams do this. I just wish I could be a president of the team or something like that, because these teams, they be doing some stupid stuff.
Well, I mean, the opposite is what we doing. You know what I'm saying? The opposite is what we doing. You know what I'm saying? Like what the Knicks is doing. You know what I mean? Like,
the Knicks.
Yeah. I mean, you either do it that way or you do it this way.
Let me tell you something.
You know what I mean?
It's
rough either way, man. You know what I mean?
Let me tell you something. That boy Obi made a state. He made a case. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's the end of the season. Some teams ain't playing like that.
My God.
Jelani, what up, baby? The teams ain't been playing like that. And whether they playing for something or not. Mm-hmm. Obi been looking good. Like, you know how we talk about, like, what if it was Obi and we didn't have Jules? And I'm not sure how consistent Obi would be in that position playing like that. But the way he plays the game is so much different. He's right out in front.
Right.
Sorry, I don't mean to
that's kind of what I was gonna say. The big game by Obi today. So the Knicks beat the Raptors 104-95. Wasn't that 104? I think it's 105-94.
AD finish. You're right. AD finish. I don't know. The brother, he's injury prone.
Who? AD?
AD. Yeah.
Yeah.
He get on the floor and he just come back from an injury and go on the floor and hurt himself.
Yeah, I mean, and that's somebody had mentioned
They need to give him like 10 minutes a game or something, and he still go out there and get hurt.
He still would. I mean, and he's always done this. To be honest with you, he's honestly been injury prone his entire career, and this is nothing new. He's just on a big market team now, so it's noticeable. You know what I mean? So
real quick,
but anyway,
the Jordan LeBron argument. The thing that I cannot stand about LeBron, I feel like LeBron is into like creating these teams, and then like I feel like it backfires on him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Let's get into.
I mean, in terms of that, yeah. I mean, you have to have a certain amount. The reason why it backfires is because you have to have an exact kind of team built for playing around LeBron. You know what I'm saying? You have to. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only way that you're ever going to win a championship with LeBron on your team is if it's built a very specific way. Now, they didn't have a lot of shooters this year.
Yo, they can't get anybody. They can't get nobody.
Well, not only that, AD couldn't stay on the floor either. You know what I'm saying?
But they can't get anybody. If you gonna pay AD, you paying LeBron, you paying. Well, I don't know how much they paying Carmelo, but you paying Russell. What do you get? 40? Y'all LeBron,
yeah. Russell getting like 40. Yeah,
they bugging. You can't get nobody. You gotta hope you find a shooter like out of the. You know what I'm saying?
But so
yeah.
So anyway, let's stick to our Knicks. Let's stick to our Knicks. So tonight, let's get into Obi, the star tonight. He was 16 for 28, 57%, which is crazy. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Like it's the efficiency is there. 6 for 14 from the 3-point line, 42.9%, which is like night and day from last year. And that's kind of what we were always saying. Like, why is he still shooting it? And I'm saying, I always said the coach has to be seeing something in practice for him to be allowed to be out there and to continue to shoot those shots.
Not in these games. See, this what I'm saying. He was playing loose. He's happy. It's the end of the season. It don't mean as much if he missed.
No, it's for the past two months, Obi's been shooting better from the 3-point line.
Yeah. He's been shooting like the whole end of the season, it seemed like.
Yeah.
Like this last stretch.
Yeah.
That boy been shooting, and it's almost as much. It's almost as though he don't have like whatever that thing was. Like I could get benched. It's like it ain't there. He's like, yo, I'm shooting this shit. We're gonna have fun. It's the end of the season. That's why I feel like he's playing loose.
Yeah, and that's why people like, did you take it with a grain of salt? Is this the real Obi, or you know what I mean? And I said the same thing a couple games ago. We were playing the Nets, and I was saying at that when we were up at that point, I'm like, yo, are we gonna be able to beat with this young team? We were beating them. We were up by like 20 points, and I'm like, yo, this is why a lot of Knicks fans want to run the youth and get rid of the veterans. And I'm like, well, you got to think about it. Once they start getting game plan for, it's a little bit different. Same thing with RJ. RJ's numbers do look crazy recently because he's the focal point of the offense now. You know what I'm saying?
See, but this is the thing. Julius Randle in the way that Carmelo Anthony hurt the Knicks as much as he helped them, was like leading scorer and so forth and so on. Was like he stopped the ball. Like Julius, and I feel like it's coaching. We get Kemba in here, and you're still trying to run the offense through the power forward. That doesn't make sense to me. He can't handle the rock. He's fumbling the ball a lot. It was just like what I love about Obi is what I said before. I don't necessarily think he's a better player. The boy jumps. He dunks.
Right.
I think that, and I know it sounds like ridiculous, but that's a really important aspect of the game and how you finish.
Yo, it's crazy because I think Tibbs said that in the post game tonight.
He said that tonight, like dunking in the restricted zone.
Yeah, dunking is more valuable than a layup, which is crazy.
In a layup.
Even
I keep saying that. I'm like, that's
even
why
though they're both worth the same. Yeah.
Huh?
Even though they're both worth the same amount of points, a dunk is worth more because of what it does
you
to
put
momentum.
The ball in there, nobody can block it. You can't miss them. Like some people miss dunks, but it's
momentum too.
Yeah, come on, finish that joint. And that's what I say. I was like, yo, you ever remember when I was saying that? It's like you ever realize that he never dunks, Julius Randle?
Yeah.
I was saying that before the year before. Reggie Bullock, he never dunks.
Yeah.
And it has a lot to do with how you finishing. What you laying it up for? Do you 6'7"?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's why when I see Obi, him taking off and being the first one down, yo, how many points did they score off of him just running like that in the last couple games?
I mean, it's had to be easily in like the 30s or 40s.
20, 30 something points. The dude got 40 something points. He flying around and fucked around, got a double.
Crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's
you know,
not even
6
like,
to 14, 10 rebounds. You know what I mean? 3 assists.
It's not even like he playing start basketball, really. You know,
One foul.
Yeah, because he don't play stupid.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. When it comes down to that, I think Jericho's a little bit silly with that shit. What he be doing. He didn't finish.
He only had 2 fouls. He only had 2 fouls tonight.
Yeah,
he's got a lot to learn though. Still.
Yeah, Jericho got a.
And he had 14 rebounds.
Oh, that dude be grabbing everything.
Yeah.
That dude be grabbing. I don't know what they're gonna do, and I don't want to get ahead of what the next season might look like as far as our staff.
No, we'll talk about it. It's the last game of the season. We got to talk about it.
Yeah, but as far, I mean, I don't want to go past, looking at everybody, and I guess, that for Ron Hunt, it looked like they benched him after I said he had that Butterfingers and he fumbled that alley-oop.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know.
What you doing, kid? This is your only chance. You better use yourself in the moment. The moment you own it, you better never let it go. That nigga had a chance. He gonna fumble a fucking alley-oop. But anyway, I'm high on Obi because I think this is what Obi could look like if you give him the green light.
I mean,
like him and Quickly together, man, is like a match made in heaven.
Yeah. So Quickly with an amazing game tonight. He had 34.
He had an amazing game the other night. What was it? What that nigga did the other night?
He had a triple double a few nights ago as well. He had 34
points. Shooting them crazy threes for like no reason.
Yeah, I mean he's a scorer first. You know, you gotta expect that. So 34 points, 12 rebounds. I mean 10 rebounds, 12 assists. Only 3 turnovers. He doesn't get a lot of turnovers, which is what I do like for somebody who has the ball in his hands a lot. He doesn't turn the ball over a lot.
This don't put a spotlight on the coaching. Remember early in the season we were like the bench is doing better than the starters.
See, and this is what I was gonna say. Yes and no, because like I said, bless you. Like I said earlier, I'm not sure if Quickly is the starting point guard and Obi Toppin is your starting forward. That an NBA team can't game plan for them. You know what I'm saying? I think they're not experienced enough to be able to fight through a game plan and still get their game in. Like, you know what I mean? Like Kevin Durant teams know what Kevin Durant is going to do every single night. But he's nice enough to still get to whatever spot he wants to get to and still play his game. It's just up to him to how good he's going to play that night at any given night. They're not there yet. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they have it to where if they have a game plan in it. Same thing with RJ. You look at his numbers recently, you know what I'm saying? And, I'm a big RJ fan, but his numbers haven't really been great. His efficiency has never really been, a ton, good. But, you know what I'm saying? As of recently, he's been losing, his efficiency has been dropping a little bit more. But that comes with now Julius is not there. Now you're the main guy. Everyone around the league knows that is going toward it being RJ's team at this point. So, like, all right, well, let's game plan for that. Julius isn't there. Let's see how strong RJ can still get. RJ still getting to his spots, but he's missing. You know what I mean? So, like I said, it's on RJ to be able to fight through being game plan for. I don't think Obi has that yet. Not yet. I don't think once teams start the game plan for Obi, knowing that he's gonna go back door, and you start to call that switch, and you know what I'm saying, like. They're not really going to get it, especially the fast breaks. They're going to have guys leaking out with them. So that's, just in those two aspects alone, you're taking away about 10 points of the last 2, 3, 4, 5 games that he's been doing. So, that's just game planning for how each player is going to play. So, you know what I mean? Like, yes, I do think that it is on the coach that he should have put these guys out there earlier. But we did play the Wizards and their best guys weren't there. We did play the Raptors and their best guys weren't there. You know what I mean? But this does show potential. This does show potential for sure. But I don't think this is they could be putting up, Obi can putting up 30, 40-point games in the regular. Now, I don't think if you put, the right defenders on them, who, and the right coaches who are gonna expect him to play 40 minutes like he played tonight, which, how often has Obi played 40 minutes over his career? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but that's just my take on it. I do think, yeah, there is something to it, but you really can't. You can't not play Julius. You know what I mean, at that position. You know what I mean? Jericho been doing this thing too, but you can't not play Julius. You can't not. The only real gripe I really got with Tibbs is not starting quickly at some point before tonight. But that's it. That's just me.
I agree because of course, like we always said that you can't play Obi in front of Julius.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But Obi was getting a lot of bullshit minutes. You have nights where Julius was just horrible.
Mm-hmm.
And that'd be the time that you play a little bit more Obi. That's all we asking for throughout the season. I don't know how moving forward how things are going to look different. I mean, if we got some value back, if we did trade Julius, Obi probably still be coming off the bench. But
yeah, I mean, like it's like we spoke about. If we get Zion, like we're not starting Obi.
Right. But unless they do something like play Obi as a big small forward. I don't know if they do that. I don't see him taking one of these center spots. I don't know how that looks.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that Obi has a shot to really do something special. If we'd have done this early in the season, where he gets these minutes, and it's like I said, it's not that I feel like he's more talented than Julius or stronger or whatever. Definitely not as experienced, but the type of game he has helps the flow of the game.
It helps the flow of basketball.
And a lot of times that's what we were lacking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have somebody out there because he's not screaming, asking for the ball. You see him a lot of times out there like this when he got the shot.
Yeah.
Coach said he love it when he shoots it because it's there. If he's like this, that means he's there and nobody's covering him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what point, how bad
confidence now.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case is, if he was shooting other nights, even if he wasn't that confident, being that open and having those opportunities, that's there. He was doing a lot of that shooting and bad shots and everything.
And air balls from three and all that.
Air balls and all of that stuff. So, yeah. But the confidence comes from playing.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to dunk it a couple times. You get a couple layups. And that boy finishes at the rim.
Yeah, easily. It don't matter who's there either.
He's switching hands. He's hanging in the air off the glass. Like that boy, he just has a natural
difference. Small. I don't think people understand. My bad. I guess my internet acted funny. Small thing, but I think it really makes a big difference. At the end of the game, Obi had a fast break, and a guy moved out the way.
Yeah,
you're never gonna get that from Julius Randle,
right?
And it's not to disrespect Julius, but it's just he's not gonna put fear in you in the fast break. You kind of feel like he's not dunking it. Yeah, you could get him to fumble the ball. Obi went up, and the dude was just like,
the dude was like, let me get he crazy.
So, the other night when we played,
like, you could go ahead.
When we played the Nets the other night, Obi went baseline, and Kevin Durant jumped right out the way. It's just that respect. You know what I'm saying? Like you earn that. Like, oh nah, yeah, I'm getting out the way. They know enough to know. All right, I'm getting out the way. Now that you can't game plan for. You can't tell somebody you'll go up there and try to block it. Nah, I'm not going up there with Obi. It's not going to happen.
Go ahead and try it.
You see the alleys they throwing him, and he's catching whatever. Like,
this dude catching alleys and dunking it backwards.
Like it's
he too far under the basket. He's still finishing.
And still, I'm like, yo, bro, what? Like,
bro, what you own?
Yo, what you own? And Miles Shumpert.
I'm like,
yo, bro, what you own? So let me get to the chat real quick. Let me get to the chat. Toxic said Jericho be trying to block foul shots. He be getting silly with it.
He does.
Yo, that's my word. If I ever see somebody trying to block a foul shot.
Yo, but that's what I said about the silly stuff that he be doing. Like, but like you say, he a rookie.
He does stuff like that. He just jumps at everything. He
just like look like he's not there sometimes. He just like, this kid got to get in the game. I think the game got to slow down to him.
He's gonna be good. He's gonna be good.
That kid's going just like in that dunk he missed. I was like, yo, this kid got bungees. How he? Maybe he didn't know it was coming or something.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
timing was off.
Yeah, it's different. It's different.
Yeah.
He said the only great. Oh, when I said nah, that's not my only
gripe. With the foul shots.
No. He was talking about when I said my only gripe with Tibbs is starting Burks over quickly. Nah, that's my main gripe. Not my only gripe.
Right,
not
the only gripe. That motherfucker.
Yeah,
all season, man, he mad stubborn. I feel like Kemba had to go out like that. He never wanted him.
But this is what you do as a organization. You put guys around him that he has to play. That's what you do. Now, if that means
You heard about that? He was talking about Derrick Rose. He said it off the bit. That's the guy you need to end the game. He ain't say. You understand? He already had in his head who he wanted to end the game.
Listen, man. Until there's better guys out there, they're gonna have him there,
and that's fine. But what I'm saying, you had Kemba, you got this dude coming, you got him starting. Then you're like, yo, Derrick Rose is the guy you want to have to finish the game.
Quick question: percentage of quickly starting next year?
Percentage of what?
Quickly starting next year.
A percentage of do I want him to start?
No. Do you think that he will be starting next year?
I don't know what the offseason is going to look like.
Right.
If we got one of the ball, bro, I was saying that before. That whole thing with Stephen A. Smith. No. And Magic Johnson.
Yes. Because
that was the same shit I was saying.
Mm-hmm.
About that dude distributing the rock. He's taller.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't getting none of that. But quickly, I don't know if he wants him starting. I give it right now. If the team looked very similar, if we didn't get like a real point guard or something, I think he got a 55% chance he start.
I'm gonna keep it real. I think Quickly is gonna end up starting next year, just for the beginning, just to see how it is. I think he's gonna try to test it out. Like if you look at his numbers tonight, he started tonight. Of course, we already talked about the team. But
where's there you go. I'm bugging.
34, 12, and 10, and his starting role 40 minutes.
12 assists.
12 assists. You know what I'm saying? 3 turnovers.
34 points. Him and Obi. Look at that point.
The turnover ratio is crazy. First of all, 12 assists and 3 turnovers. That's crazy for you to have the ball in your hands that much and pass the ball that much, because we know he passed the ball more than 12 times.
They just didn't hit on them joints.
They just hit on him. For you to have the ball in your hands that much. And
how many minutes he got? 41.
Basically 42 minutes.
Yeah, so he ain't going to get 41 on the regular. He might get something on like 30, 33.
Depending if he's a starter. If he's your starter, then why not play him 41 minutes a game? You know,
he can get 41 minutes a night as a starter.
I'm gonna keep it real. But you gotta think about it. We're talking about Tibbs. If Tibbs is gonna start you, he's gonna play you a lot of minutes. Every single starter he got out there, he plays a lot of minutes for no reason. Most of the time, Julius, he'll have him out there for 40 minutes. RJ 40 minutes. Then he'll have Fournier out there for 36.
The scary thing about Emmanuel is if he gets better,
he's going to get better, and that's the thing.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. Like, as far as if this kid gets better, like I'm not sure which asset, which part of his game he would get better. But if any area, because he's already a good shooter, he's already a good free throw shooter.
Mm-hmm.
If he got better with shooting those threes and not shooting as many, like attacking the basket, because he could break defenses down.
Yeah. I think he's getting past guys now. He's getting past guys and finishing at the basket now.
He's got that teardrop. He's got. I think if he increases handle, because he picks the ball up a lot.
He still does that a lot. I guess
he does that a lot. He picks the ball up, and it's like don't stop. Just keep going. Keep dribbling. Yeah. So if his decision making with the three, because like I always said, one thing I hate about shooters is that they always shoot.
Yeah.
Whether they're stupid or whatever, they just shooting for no reason.
Yeah.
Just because they can shoot. Sometimes
they're gonna take the shot.
Yeah, they're just gonna be taking shots. So if he just goes in there and breaks the defense down, I think he'd have more assists if he gets in that paint. But they scared of him shooting. But he be shooting 3-pointers 4 feet from the 3-point, 5-6 feet from the 3-point line sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
He's damn near half court and he just pulling up, and we got 20 seconds left on the shot clock.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it's the shot IQ.
Right.
No pun intended. But
it's
again,
it's because he can shoot that he does that.
Yeah. You know, only and this the era where you can take those kind of shots. And don't matter.
You want to see him start.
Yeah. Lonnie said Obi is a second unit player that can own that responsibility and give teams fits. For sure, I think, and that's if you can do that, if he can own being a second unit player, if he can get 20 to 25 minutes a game somehow, he doesn't. We talked about it the other day. me and my boy were talking about it. Can Obi play the small ball 5? And I say, yeah. I just wouldn't start him at the 5. In certain lineups, I would run him as a small ball 5 for sure. You can't, and I said, same thing. You don't want a game plan for Obi being your 5. That's the worst thing you could do, because you're gonna have guys in there like Andre Drummond going crazy on Obi at 6'9". You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not gonna be able to handle him at all. So, like, you gotta, it has to be in spurts where you're trying to have an advantage or disadvantage, because to me it makes more sense, especially if he can shoot the way he's been shooting. If he can keep that up, you can have a Jericho Sims in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can have a Mitchell Robinson next to him.
I don't think it would be necessary if we did do this trade where we picked up Zion. The perfect thing about Obi coming behind somebody like Zion is that, based on his size and his knees, Zion wouldn't get a lot of minutes as a starter anyway.
Yeah, I mean, he'd miss a lot of games, but when
he missed games, they'd be cautious with his knees. Obi would get a lot of minutes anyway in that situation, if that's what the case would be. So that would be good for him. I don't want to tell my young power forward player from New York that plays for New York,
right?
Like, yo, you are solid. You're gonna be you off the bench. That's you. I don't know if I want him to know that.
Right. Yeah.
Like, something happened. You know what I mean? He's got to be like, yo, we're gonna give you that opportunity if the opportunity presents itself, and all of that. I mean, you're never gonna put Zion. You're never gonna put Zion behind him unless it's the knees and caution and all of that kind of stuff.
Nah, straight contract. You're not gonna be able to do that.
Yeah.
Off the contract.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So on the rookie contract, unless this dude performs, he ain't gonna be getting no 45 a night. He ain't gonna get no 40 minutes and 40 points a night, maybe not even 30. But if he could give you a solid 20-something and 10 rebounds, kid is he's kind of like a Julius at that point.
Yeah, and he can do it in less minutes because he doesn't have to have the ball in his hands.
He doesn't have to have the ball, and he's sprinting down there for the fast break.
You know how many times IQ caught the ball and it's like, yo, do it right up the court.
Looked up like this. I know he down there.
Yeah, it's easy basketball.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's an easy score. We score fast.
That's the same offense that Miami ran when they had LeBron and D Wade. Same thing. Get it up the court. That's it. Just run. You know what I'm saying? Especially you got an athletic guy who gets his best baskets, his
forward,
your most efficient baskets in the fast break. Get up the court, and he's gone.
He out there before guards. He out there.
He's gone. He's gone.
That dude's out of there
every single time. And they know he's taller. You could throw it over the guard that's running with him, because the big man can't catch up. So it's gonna be a guard. You can throw it over him. You know what I'm saying? Easy. Every single time. Every time he's in the paint, they run the offense and they switch and they get the little man on him. Oh, throw me in the paint. Boom.
Yeah. That's it. And he got the athleticism. He could jump over dudes. If he could keep knocking down that three, he's a dangerous player.
Like I said, if he can keep it consistent at 34 to 36%, because anything higher than that, I'm not sure is too realistic. But 34 to 30, for Obi. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to expect him to shoot 40% from 3. And if he does, I will accept it. But I'm saying, like, from where Obi came from, I do think he's going to be a better shooter. But with the more volume of shots he's going to take, you got to realize for him to shoot 40% with higher volume that means he's a great 3-point shooter. And if that happens, cool. But, you know what I mean? Is it realistic? I don't think so. I do think he can average around 30. At his best, 37, 38% from 3, on average shooter efficiency. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. Toxic says, what does Julius do well?
Spin moves in the paint and get turnovers.
Yo, Julius does a lot of things well, but he doesn't have he's
strong.
He has the talent. He has a lot of talent. I'll say that. He has a lot of talent. Julius is a very talented basketball player. Does he always put it together game after game after game? No, especially when you're letting the what is going on in my house right now?
I don't know, boy. You losing that shit going, nigga. Shit going, forget it.
No. I heard.
Oh, you heard it.
It kind of threw me off. But going back to Julius, what does he do well? He's talented. Putting it together is the issue. I really don't know.
He
Damn,
ends up
that's
fighting.
a
He was good
tough
at that. He always comes up
question.
and fight. He get technicals for
He
stupid
yells at the
reasons.
refs.
Yelling at refs. He's stupid
Yeah,
shit.
that's a
Giving
very
thumbs
tough
down to
question.
New York fans. Dude's good.
Wow.
Nah.
Wow.
I think he's a good. Well, last year he was like a good 3-point shooter. This year, not so much.
Yeah, I mean, like this year, if we're asking the question for this year, I don't know. Last year is different.
He wasn't clutch.
He hasn't been.
Yeah, he hasn't been clutch. I honestly don't know. But whenever we have a podcast, you be like, "Yo, what'd you think about Julius?" I'm like, "Julius is Julius."
Yeah, exactly.
You know, double doubles is for him is nothing. He could score. He get. He's not a great free throw shooter.
Mm-mm.
You know, actually, he missed some critical some critical free throws. He's an average 3-point shooter. If that.
Lonnie says, "Get rid of Randall. You wasted the money, but that don't mean you need to waste the time and the roster spot." I like that. See, yes, it might look bad that we paid the guy and we're trying to get rid of him the year after. But anyone around the league, first of all, we had 20 something nationally televised games this year. Everybody saw it. We ain't doing nobody dirty. Like, he earned this. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not doing Julius wrong if we try to ship him out. Everybody saw on national
They said
television.
Dallas was interested in him.
Of course, he's from Dallas, and all his friends play over there. He's friends with Dinwiddie. He's friends with Bullock. Go ahead.
Oh, you want to go to Dallas? Go ahead, your boy.
Listen, I don't hate him. I just want him to be somewhere where he can be successful. That's it.
We here. You over there. No.
Yo.
We here.
No. We here. You.
Thank you for the phrase. We here, but
there. You're not here no more.
You go to Dallas and stop the ball from moving. Get out of here.
First of all, him and Luka are not going to mesh well. That's not going to work.
I don't know why they interested him. I don't understand.
He's from Dallas, and he
go to the Spurs.
Every single time he played Dallas, he busted Dallas' ass. Dallas like, yo, he got to come play here. Yo, go ahead, take him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because at this point,
go to Dallas, I would be so happy to see him in Dallas. I would get the NBA pass just to watch the Dallas games with him over there.
Yo, to be honest with you, I want to see it. I don't hate Julius. I just don't want. I want. It's time for us to split.
It's again the whole thing with Julius. Also, it's the coach's fault as far as I'm concerned. I watched that dude. He was all over him, letting him do whatever he wanted to do. He gave him free reign, and he took that. Yeah. And now he talk about he thumbs down to the you bugging, bro.
Yeah. Especially having someone who's 21 years old pose more as a leader than you are at this point. That doesn't look good. It doesn't look good for you. And I don't know how you fight that back. You got the crowd chanting Obi and RJ. Like, there's
something to that. If the fans want that, it's more entertaining brand of basketball. It's fun to watch. Obi don't have a bad attitude, getting mad and getting technicals and fighting with other teams. It started off with that game in Atlanta, that series in Atlanta. It was like your dude was sitting there fouling people, trying to bully people. He ain't focused on the game. It's just like he was like looking for an out.
Yeah,
it carried over. Then you talk about they came up, but I don't know how real it is. Talking about he want to leave New York. And I'm like,
and I talked about that last show. That's the only time he smiled, is when they asked him about that. Julius don't ever smile in no interviews, anything. He always look like he don't want to be there. They asked him, yo, are the rumors true that you wanted out? And he started laughing like, it's not true, man. It's not true. I'm like, all right. I hear you, Julius. Cool. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, I don't even care. Just don't play here if you're going to play anything like you played this year. That's it. If you want to play anything close to last year, you want to be more invested in the team and not get emotional with the fans to the point where it's affecting your game all season long. Like, come on.
The same thing happened with bum ass. Who's the point guard we had? Elfrid Payton?
Yes.
Every interview, you see it in his face. He looked like he was mad. He was there. Like he just couldn't get. Like he was underwater the whole time. And it seemed like that happened to him this year, Julius.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He just didn't look like happy. He looked like he just like letting it get to him. And that's what they talk about. This whole New York market. New York market is just like it's a tougher crowd. You know what I'm saying? You know, I can't be mad at a lot of times he didn't get fouls and stuff like that. That's frustrating for any player. That's frustrating, especially when you're a big dude. And then they told him because of your size, we don't call. That's corny.
That's corny.
That's corny, and that's frustrating. You know, so in his defense, I could dig it. But there just seemed to be a bunch. And for somebody who stayed healthy relatively the whole season.
Yeah. Like you played too many games for you to actually be acting like that. Like because there's a huge sample size of us seeing how your mental has affected your game at this point. So it's like you arguing with the refs, like the game with the Suns. We could have won that game, bro. But you get into it with Cam Johnson, and then Cam Johnson lights up, and he scores like 20-something points after you get ejected. And then now he hits the game-winning shot off the backboard. You know what I mean? Like, all of that is momentum. Like, that's the kind of thing you got to realize. And to me, it looked like Julius didn't want to be there. So it was like, I'm going to just push the ref out the way.
He was chilling these last few games.
Yeah, I mean, on the bench. Yeah, I mean, but anyway, Toxic says, dude just had two triple doubles in less than a week. If he's not your starter, MSG will ride. He took him out IQ. I feel you, man. It's hard to at this point, especially when you got to go out and pay another guard to come in here and maybe see if it works. Like you kind of know what Quickly's gonna do. You don't got to pay him as much. He's still under his rookie deal. I don't see why you can't just try it out, man. Like if I'm the front office, I say, yo, Tibbs, your starter is Quickly, not Burks. Start him at another position. That's it.
Can't.
So, you can't. Not start him, but have him come off the bench have him come up as your backup point guard.
How you feel about Fournier though?
Fournier needs to be a backup. I like him on the team. He just doesn't need to be a starter.
That was the same thing with Reggie Bullock last year. I like Reggie Bullock, but not as a starter.
Not as a starter, no.
And one thing Magic Johnson said in that clip, he said the Knicks got away from what they were good at. He was like, that was defense.
Defense, yeah.
And then he was talking about like that point guard, the tall point guard that could distribute the ball, and that's kind of like that's what we need. And if Quickly improves on that, because I feel like he could be better in the sense that he's not looking for a shot all the time.
Yeah.
But,
that's the thing about Quick.
Yeah, we need that facilitator. That's all. I don't know how you think the team is going to look next year.
I think they are going to do their due diligence with Mitch. I don't think they're going to let him walk. I think there's going to be a lot of contracts out there for Mitch.
He did his thing.
I do think that people are worried about his health. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a very, very serious thing.
He was around for most of the season this year, though. It was worse last year. This year, he was there. How much did he miss?
He missed a few games here and there. It wasn't crazy. He just missed a few games here and there. A lot of neck injuries, but also a lot of it was his weight. His conditioning was off.
Right, his conditioning earlier in the season, that was it. But once he got into it, I was like, that dude's doing his thing.
Yeah, once he got into his groove, he was good. So, like I said, I think they're gonna give him, offer him a deal. I mean, they don't want him to go anywhere. He's one of the best centers that play that role in the league. They're probably going to try to offer him somewhere around 14, maybe 15. And because coming into the year with all of the injuries and everything, the way he's been playing, he was playing up until that point. They were like, 12 to 13. So I could see them at this point going up to like 15 million, maybe 16 if they're really feeling frisky per year. But
what was he getting now? Like one and some change or the rookie contract?
Yeah. I think one or four or something. I don't know. I gotta check.
Give him 10 million. He'd be happy. Give him 10 a year.
He's not gonna be happy. He's going to get that money elsewhere, Dre. Like you bugging. You gotta offer him at least 15. And if you don't, you gotta be prepared for him to walk.
And he gonna bounce.
Yeah, he's gonna walk because someone's gonna offer him 18, 19. So I mean, and he regardless of, even if we offer him 15, maybe 16, someone is still going to offer him that 19, and it's up to him to turn it down. And I think he might like New York, depending on the moves that New York makes. If they bring back Julius, I don't think he's going to come back. That's just me personally. I don't think, I think a lot of these guys in the locker room don't want to be around Julius. That's just from all of the stuff you've heard this year. They don't strike me as a team that wants to be around Julius. Like, it's kind of like, yo, is Julius in a good mood today? Kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to deal with that kind of guy as, you know, as your best player. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Salute, Pudge. How you been, man? It's been a minute. you already got Leon Rose up there. That's crazy. I didn't even know that they had a little press conference. They snuck that one in there with
Yeah, he was talking throughout the game. I was like, oh, he talking now? Because remember they was like how silent he is?
Yeah. I'm like, okay, what the hell? So I don't know. Toxic says Obi is a starter yelling his name in other teams' arenas. Yes, they are. I think they did that in Orlando, and they did that in where did we just play? Where did we just play the other day? And we won. Washington. I think in Washington they were chanting Obi's name. Yeah, I think in Washington. The front office knows this. Obi knows this. The kid's going to soon demand more than coming off the bench. Yeah, I agree. Like you said, Dre, I don't know how long you can keep him coming off the bench. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how that's going to happen.
Not when he looked the way he looked this year, and the fans loving him, and he's not a bum. Yeah. The kid plays a different brand of basketball and is great for fluidity when it comes to the flow of the game or the flow of the offense. He sits in that corner, and then he'll cut baseline, and you got an alley-oop.
Mm-hmm.
That boy gets lost in the corner. They forget he there. He could knock it. If he can knock that shot down, you can't leave him. And then if you try to stick there and you caught looking, he gonna cut. Yo, that dude he gets the most easy points on that team.
Easily. Yeah. Like, it's
between the fast breaks and cutting on the baseline. That boy gets you all the easy points you dream of.
16 for 28 tonight, bro. 16 for 28.
Bro, and that's from
you gotta realize, and he missed 8 threes.
Right.
16 for 28, he missed 8 threes, which means he only missed 4 shots. Like regular shots that weren't 3.
That's what I'm saying. From the field. Yeah, the 3-pointers, you're gonna miss those.
Bro. Pudge says they're gonna move Tibbs to the front office. I would not be opposed to that. And I think that would make more sense with the quote that came out saying he has the full support of the players and the front office and all of that. And
I like that if he's not the coach. I don't want him to coach and be in the front office.
Yeah, I think, like, what if they're like, it's why don't you do that? Why don't you do that over here? And
they need a coach that knows these players. I feel like Tibbs is like that old school stubborn dude. Like, I don't like him as a coach.
I like Johnny Bryant, man. We had this talk. Johnny's sitting right there. Associate head coach, not assistant, associate. You know what I'm saying? Jose said we need Randall to be a team player. That would be huge for the next. I don't know. I don't think
that ain't gonna happen.
Not here. I don't think he's going to. First of all,
he gotta go someplace where he know he number one. That's his problem. He think he number one.
You got RJ. You got Obi now. You got Quickly. You got Cam.
Yo, if Cam turn up and do what he could do, let me tell you something.
This team, especially if they could trade for another big time players, but if they don't, this is a very promising young team. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got Quickly, Obi, RJ, then you got Grimes, and of course you got, like I said, Cam Reddish. You still got Cam, which I saw him on the bench and it was good to see him over there. Everybody, like somebody said earlier in the chat, Nerlens showed up to get his check today. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think I was toxic.
Yeah, I think I was toxic. Jose says he can't change. Winning is that important. See, that's the thing. I don't think he's not incapable of change. This situation is not going to change for him. And I think that's the issue. Like, they've already pivoted into a younger team.
even if he changed, so to speak, and the Knicks are winning, he would self-destruct because he's like, yo, they not winning because of me.
Right.
Nobody's saying my name. And I've seen him do that. He comes in the game and tries to take over after the young guys already did, and it's like he's trying to do too much. He's fucking it up. He's not playing defense. You know, he's not getting back. He's arguing with the refs now.
Yeah.
He's getting into it with other teams. He's not the guy. He ain't changing.
Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, can he? My thing is Julius can be whoever he can be. I'm confident he's going to be a good player, but can he be RJ's back? You know, number 2? No, I don't think so, because there's no way he's going to let RJ come up. Like, it's the same kind of clash that happened with, and this is just ride with me here. This is not literal. With Kobe and Shaq, when Shaq came in and Shaq was who he was, and when he went to the Lakers, they had that battle. Like, whose team is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is this, you know, Shaq was like, this is my team. You know what I'm saying? Like, we go how I go. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter what. Because Shaq was that guy, you know, before Kobe. It's, you just, as an alpha male, you're just not going to just give up the throne like that. Like, it just doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, but these dudes are also legendary.
Yeah, but I mean, even the legends couldn't handle just passing the throne down to somebody who's younger than you, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
And
what I'm
this is on a
saying,
smaller
Julius ain't
level.
not close to legendary.
No, and that's why I said just ride with me, because it's just you know, I'm just using it as, you know, as the story, because Julius is someone who finally got recognition to be a good player last year when he got the All-Star nod. So yeah, of course, like, I'm not gonna just let RJ come in here and just be the main guy after I was just the, you know, the All-Star last year. He didn't make no All-Star team. He didn't make the All-Star team this year. You know what I'm saying? So why should I give him the keys?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So Hov is here. Oh boy, Hov is you crazy, CIA. You crazy. You crazy. That's a legendary. Oh man, you crazy.
Legendary.
So yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen with that. We gotta bring back Mitch. I don't know what was gonna happen with Julius. I think they're gonna work out something to where Julius will be out of here. That's just my opinion, because it just doesn't make sense for me to keep, you know, to me, to keep these guys together. I do think that Julius can help this team when he's playing better, but unless he's shooting how he shot last year, Julius is not going to be as effective. And I don't think that is possible the way he shot last year. I just
I
don't
don't
think.
think Julius, the way the brand of basketball he plays, and like again, even when he had a great season and he collapsed in that playoffs, like they locked him down. Once they focus on him, he's not that guy. He gets in his own way. I feel like he gets in the team's way.
Yeah.
I think Obi, you can't stop fast breaks. Can't stop that dude cutting in the corner. Like I feel like Obi, you know, like you said, one thing they'd have to do, they would focus on him, and he'd have to come up with some other stuff. Whether his post game gets ill, whether he comes up with a hook shot, a sky hook, or whatever you call it, whatever it may be, to get him that advantage, he'd have to work on.
He's get easier baskets than Julius, and I think that makes a huge difference.
Yeah, that boy dunks.
Yeah,
that I told you that's a big part of the game. Like I said, why is this dude not dunking? He's missing layups.
Yeah,
all the layups that's got to be 40 points though, over the course of the season.
Yeah, I mean, it's
losing games 3 points. That's outrageous.
Right, and a lot of those times, one more pass, it could have had an easier basket. You know what I'm saying?
Because he want to be the guy. You see the passes open. He dribbling into the paint with 3 guys in there. Yo, you don't got handle for that. So I don't think that he's the guy regardless.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Jose says it just doesn't make sense for him to go to another team and start this process over. I mean, it does.
That's up to him.
If his happiness is not here, then yeah, it does make sense.
That's up to him.
To me, basketball is about being happy, or any sport. You got to be happy where you at. If
any big trade we made, it's like he's starting over.
Yeah, and that's my thing. There was something that rubbed him the wrong way this year. What changed? You know what I'm saying? Like, was it Kemba? Is that why they got rid of Kemba? And then still, he still didn't play better after that. So what changed? Nothing. Like, nothing changed about what made you upset. You know what I'm saying? Or what made you physically, visually, we could see, you being bothered when we beat the Bulls. You I think you throw the ball up behind your back and just walk straight to the locker room while everybody else is, giving everybody handshakes. Like, you're visibly not with the team. You playing together. You don't got no problem with the team. I don't think it's with the players, but something happened somewhere, front office, something rubbed you the wrong way, and none of that has changed. So why would you stay here? That's my thing. What's going to change about him next year if whatever bothered him is still the same? That's just me. I don't know how else to look at that. You know what I'm saying? He said both RJ and Julius Randle dribble with their head down. They gotta fix that. Yeah, for sure. Difference is there's a 6 year difference between the two of them. So we're gonna have less patience with Julius when it comes to that. It's a little bit different with him. But
Julius shouldn't have the ball in his hand dribble. He shouldn't be dribbling, period. Yeah. RJ, but that's my thing. When they say he's a better, when you guys were getting on me because you say he's a better ball handler, I was like, I don't think that he's a good ball handler.
Yeah, he's not a lead ball handler. He's someone
because somebody was saying he should start at the point running. I was like, he can't run the point. He don't have the handle for it.
He could do the point forward. No, I mean, he sees the floor well enough in terms of that. Like, he does see the floor well enough. He does make unselfish plays when it comes to his passes. His passes aren't like, all right, I'm guarded, let me pass it to you, like Julius. You know what I'm saying? It's more like he sees the floor. He'll get, a nice pass dumped down to Mitch or throw alleys. You know what I'm saying? He throws a tough pass a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? So I think RJ's is more experience. He'll get better with experience. He doesn't have to have his wiggle with the ball has gotten a little bit better this year. And I'm sure he'll keep making more improvements to that. I think RJ is just his footwork. It's really just his footwork. I think once RJ gets his footwork right, his defense will get better, his own ball defense, and a lot of that stuff is get better. What else? He said, I think Randle is so competitive, but he shouldn't compete against his own teammates. That's a good reason to see a psychiatrist. I mean, I think there's something there. He has to, something happen. I don't know what it was, but you got to talk to somebody. You can't take it out on your teammates. You can't take it out on the refs, other players. You know what I'm saying? Like, your teammates as the best player. Like, and that's my thing. He's not just somebody on the team. He's acting like he's just some player on the team. He's supposed to be the best player on that team.
Supposed to be the leader.
He's supposed to be the leader.
He's not a leader.
Yeah. So like that's why that behavior is front and center, and people take it a certain way when they see it, because it's like, yo, you're not, this is your leader. You know what I'm saying? Is this your king? You know what I'm saying? But I digress. That's really all I got to say. Nobody else really to talk about in this one here.
Talk about Ryan Arcidiacono.
Ryan Arcidiacono. He had 5 points, 2 assists, 1 rebound. He's hanging in the league by the skin of his teeth. But shout out to him. He ended the season with some points. You know what I'm saying? His last game. Burks had 10 points, 4 for 7.
Look at everybody on the floor points. All the points came from Obi and Emmanuel. Don't tell me it ain't like this the top team in the East, but Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, it means a lot, bro. And that's what I'm saying. These guys have potential. This shows me potential more than anything.
Yeah.
It shows me potential. Evan Fournier was 2 for 11, had 6 points. My man, Evan. That's why he needs to come off the bench. You know what I'm saying? He needs to be able to take those 10 shots, whether they're going in or not. Like, you got to have him on the floor. He could have hit the John Starks record coming off the bench this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same row. I think same row. Cause I mean, he did hit it. He has the most threes in the season as for a Knick. So, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Evan for that. He broke John Starks' record with that. But 2
Evan
for 11
be out there. It don't even seem like he out there.
Yo, it's 2 for 9 from 3, 2 for 11 from the field, 18% from the field. Like, he could come off the bench and do that. Easy. 5 assists, 3 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Okay. But he could bring you that off the bench. I don't see. He don't need to be starting. But anyway.
the thing that I remember that bothered me about the the Kemba Walker benching. I thought they were going to bench both of them.
Yeah.
Because I felt like Evan Fournier's defense was that bad. But I guess it's to shoot. Did you lose me?
I lost you by accident. I pressed the wrong one.
Oh, all right.
You
Yeah,
said
but
it
I feel like based on his height and the fact that he could shoot is the reason why he stayed. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's like. I thought he was going to bench both of them at the time. Then it was just like, all right, they got rid of one.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, not bench. At least make him you come off the bench.
Off
you know
the
what I'm
bench.
saying? Like something. Like I didn't hate Fournier. I just didn't like the shots that he took when he was in there with the starting unit, and that slows down the offense. You know what I'm saying? They're not running. They don't run. They don't get in the open floor. They got Fournier, Randall, who don't get in the open floor and make baskets. You know, when you got Quickly and you change it out for Quickly and Obi, all of a sudden you're getting like an extra 10 to 12 to 15 fast break points a game. So, I think they just need to go towards that. But anyway, to wrap it up, Jose says, how about Cam as a 6-man next year? That would be cool. That would be cool.
What was our record? Was our record close to what we said, what we guessed it was in the beginning of the season?
Let's check that out. Our record was,
because we didn't do what we wanted, but we weren't as horrible. Well, we didn't make it. That's it. But it doesn't sound as horrible as it felt like it was.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't the 17-win season, but it hurt more because we made the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's really where it came from. Let me see. The numbers were our schedule standings. We ended up 37-45, which is not terrible.
Right.
Especially for how it felt. It felt.
Yeah, because we went on a streak there.
Yeah, we went on a streak.
Yeah.
But we felt it felt a lot worse than it was. I think for this team to fall to 37 wins, and the Hornets is a spot ahead of us.
Where the Hornets finished?
They finished 43-39.
That's the next team above us.
Yeah, 43-39, tied with the Hawks.
Yeah, we needed like 6. We needed 6 games.
We could swing if we can just swing 6 to 10 games next year. We're in the top, I'd say 9 teams. Which to me, especially if all you did was get rid of Julius and just added to the young core, and then you just build on the young core, and you guys ended up in the 9th seed. To me, and you're in the play-in, that's big. That's huge. That's huge to me. You know what I'm saying? Because now you basically have found an identity, which has been an issue with this team. You know what I'm saying? So now you just need 1 star. You add 1 star to that, boom, it jumps you 3, 4, 5 spots. So I think that they have to make a commitment to a direction this offseason, which I think has to be the youth, man. Like, what you gonna, if you're gonna lose anyway, you're gonna go out there and get
that was my other thing.
Yeah.
It's like, what we doing here? Like, we got these young kids. Like, if we losing, why we don't have them in there? Because I feel like a lot of those games we could have won. I feel like that could have been the 6 games. And Tibbs did it a few times. Ran up and they had the young kids winning, and then he put the team, the older dudes back in. Like, all right, now finish it off. And then they lose.
And then look at all of these easy shots that Obi gets. Like, how many easy shots over the season could he have gotten us in a lot of these games?
Leave them kids in there. They're young. Leave them in there if they win it. Why would you let them take the lead?
Figure out how to play as a coach. Figure out how to play Julius and Obi at the same time. Put Julius as your small ball 5.
Yeah.
Put Obi in there as your 4.
Because that's how he plays. He plays like he's a center.
Right. Just do that. Like, I don't see why that's so hard to try. Just to make sure Obi gets 20 minutes a game, because he's going to go out there and get you easy baskets. He's going to get ahead of everybody. He's going to get you a fast break dunk, 2, 3, 4 of those. He's going to cut back door. He's going to catch an alley-oop. You could throw it up to him over anybody because he jumps higher than damn anybody on the court. He jumps just as high as Mitch, and Mitch is a 7-footer, which is crazy to me. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just think that you have a player you have to play, and you have to give him a certain amount of minutes. You just got to do it. That's just that. I don't know what they're gonna do. They got to make some moves with Kemba. They got to make some roster moves because they have to spend a certain amount of money. So there's going to be some contracts that we sign for certain guys that we're not going to like. We got to be prepared for that, but they have to spend a certain amount of money. It's just how this thing goes. But yeah, man, they got some moves to make this year. They're not just going to let these guys sit there. Because I'm telling you right now, if they don't make a move with Randall and Evan Fournier, you're going to have a problem with Grimes getting minutes and Cam Reddish getting minutes. And you already know that's not something that we want to start doing.
We got to pick this summer.
Yeah. I don't know the lottery number, but I think the lottery is in a month. I think next month, May something is the lottery, and then the draft is in June. So we'll figure out where we actually land. I think we're supposed to be in like the 10 spot. I think 8th to 10th, around there somewhere. But depending if we get lucky with a ping pong ball, which we never do, 12 pick. There you go, Jose. 12 pick. But if we get lucky with a ping pong here, there, we can slide into the top 8 somehow. But I don't think we have a pick where we're gonna get a game changer right away. And even if we did, he'd have to be Michael Jordan in order for Tibbs to play him. So I'm really not. I don't know how to be excited about the draft this year, because I'm not sure Tibbs is going to play the guy who we draft unless he's a dominant player. So you
see that lineup Jose got. Like, if this was it right now, I wouldn't be mad at that. Like I said, if you ran Obi at the 3,
IQ, RJ, Obi at the 3.
That's what I said. You play Obi as a big 3. He's fast enough. He's quick enough for most players. I mean, he's bigger than most small forwards. He got that advantage.
Yeah, I mean, you can. Why not? I say why not? If
the switches might not be favorable. It depends on the defensive side. It depends.
The problem with Obi and Mitch is if you're gonna have Randall handling the ball most of the time, you're not gonna get the lobs to Mitch.
Well, he shouldn't be handling it. I'd rather Obi be handling it. He ain't got handled like that either. But
it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, bro. And IQ is not gonna handle the ball. I mean, IQ has been turning down Julius recently. You see him on the lead on hollow. Nah, we're gonna go this way with it. You know what I'm saying?
He'd be like, what?
Like, when Julius would be like, yo, let me get the ball. He'd be like, yo,
like,
he'll pull it out. Like, no, keep moving. I got it.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
What you doing up here? What you gonna do with it?
Which is what you want your point guard to do. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna fight that.
I'd be like this here. Let me see. Go ahead. Turnover.
Nah, you can't do that, because then it's over.
That's me. I'd have been like this here and got out the way.
Nah,
I run to the corner.
I know, because I did that, and I got it from you, because it's just how big bro.
I give it to him and then he give it back. I'm like, nah, here.
Nah, here, take it. Do something.
What the fuck you doing? What you asking for the ball up here for? I can't stand it.
I can't stand it. But yeah, man, I don't know. Julius and Mitch can't play together. You can't have RJ, Obi, Mitch, and Julius there. You got to have Obi there at the 4. I can't have Mitch. I've said
try it. I gotta see it. Let me just see.
But this is what I'm saying though. I've said it multiple times. You can't have RJ, Julius, and Mitch in the same lineup. You got to alternate between Mitch or Julius. Figure out which one you want to go with, because Mitch and Julius don't work, because Julius will not throw an alley-oop to Mitch. And it's the simplest pick and roll play. They're going to have to guard you. They're going to double team you off the pick and roll, Julius. That's an easy alley-oop to Mitch every single time. I don't see why we have never seen that play. And it bothers me because of how much RJ quickly throw lobs to Obi and Mitch. Why don't we see the guy who has the ball in his hands all the time throw alley-oops? You have lob threats on your team.
They gotta be. It's gotta be a culture thing, Paul. Because I had that place rocking. If I'm the coach, be like, look, I want the alley-oop. I want the pick and roll of the alley-oop. We could the easy points, bro. I'd have that play running where you have the option with this dude cut and this dude cut. whichever one works, and get that alley, get that easy score.
Yep. And the only
And I'll be
reason
telling
why
Julia, I'll be like, yo, next time you do a fast break and you do a layup, I'm benching you. I'm telling you, laying it up for.
No, but honestly though, like somebody, side note, somebody has said, I think it was my man Dobbs. Shout out to Dobbs from the TFE. He said, he said, I hate the way Julius lays the ball up. If you ever look at Julius's layups, they look mad aggressive, but they look like sloppy aggressive. Every single time he goes in there, it's like, and then it's like,
that's
oh,
why
he
he's
made
always.
it.
That's why your power forward's always missing. Oh, he's always missing layups because he's going up. He got like no, no finesse. Go up there, dunk the ball, dude. Like, what are you doing? You mad big? Put it in there. Like he don't even have like he's doing all this. Hey, every time. Hey, dunk it.
It's funny because RJ starts to do that sound now. I'm like, yo, stop. RJ like, yo, stop, man. Nah, but like I said, Julius and Mitch, just if you look at RJ and Mitch, when RJ RJ gonna go to the basket. So if you got your big in there, he's gonna double team as soon as RJ gets to the paint. So what does RJ do? He calls the pick and roll. Simple. Pick and roll. Get that man out the paint. Bring him up here. I'm gonna blow past both of y'all. Either I'm gonna get the dunk, I'm gonna get the layup, or I'm gonna toss it up to Mitch. Simple basketball. And I just don't see Julius run that play with any of our high flyers. You got Obi, Jericho, Mitch, and I don't see him throw no alleys. It just doesn't happen. And I think that's bothersome to me when you got these kind of guys on it. Like, yo, the reason why RJ and Mitch do work is because you run pick and roll with them. Just run pick and roll with Mitch. Just do that. Like, even if it's a drop off, if you're not going to throw the alley, you throw the drop off the pick and roll. Something. Give me something. But it just doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. We'll see. I'm not a coach. He says his layup package is at 59. Oh my gosh. But yeah, like IQ run pick and rolls with either for Mitch, Sims, Obi, RJ. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if we keep Julius has to be okay with being off ball more. Or on ball less. Either way, you can't have the ball in your hands as often as you have it. Just not gonna work. It's just he's not the kind of guy that's gonna run the best offense. He's a ball stopper. He's not gonna get up and down the court with these guys. You know what I'm saying? But that's really.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine your power forward is at the top, dribbling it, and what's your point guard doing?
I mean, unless you Giannis. That's not how you should be running your offense.
And Giannis shouldn't have the ball in his hand either. The dude ain't got no fucking handle. You know what I mean? But I'm like, if you a general,
Giannis is mad sloppy, but he gets whatever the hell he wants.
That's what I'm saying. But you just scared of him. Like he's just too long. Like he could dribble. He could just do stuff. Like he's not normal.
Yeah.
But he still shouldn't have. He shouldn't have the ball in his hand. But like, what's my point guard and my shooting guard doing with Julius Randle at the top of the key, dribbling the ball?
Nah.
I don't understand that. And that's what I'm talking about coaching. Like, yo, what you talking about? Yo, get in that post for me real quick, please. Set this pick.
Right.
And roll when you finish. Or pop, like however we.
Yeah, it's that's what I'm saying. Basketball.
Yeah, like what you doing up here? And then you start dribbling. He not passing it. Because they know he don't want to pass it. You know how like when you play that dude in the court, like, yo, he ain't gonna pass it.
Yeah, he not gonna pass.
You know he ain't gonna pass it. He gonna be too late. He get up in the air and be like this and pick up an offensive foul.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like the coach, and I'm not like changing things. I'm looking at it like, all right, on the next one. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, they gotta bring him up. They gotta bring him up to yo, come take this seat in the front office.
Yeah,
let Johnny do his thing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's just me. But yeah, man, I don't want to hold everybody too long. I think y'all for being there. Shout out to the chat. It's getting late. 11:45. Pushing.
Big shout to the chat, man. Y'all be chatting it up, man.
Y'all be out here doing your thing, man.
Jose out here, RBL in here.
We got
We had Pudge in here.
Pudge is in here. Toxic was in here.
Yeah, Toxic.
You know what I'm saying? Lonnie was in earlier. Shout out to y'all. Hit that
Lonnie
like button.
In there.
Also, we will be having more content coming. We're gonna chef up some ideas and some scenarios for the upcoming off season. Of course, the more information that comes out, we'll be here to talk about it. But yeah, we're going to be going throughout the summer, just like we did last year. To keep it coming to you. I know there's no games, but we're here to chat. You know what I'm saying? I know we want to talk about it all year long, to have something just to talk about. It gets real crazy over the summer. But yeah, man. Uh, Jose said, "Peace, good night, enjoy your summer. Don't twist your ankle trying." Listen, I don't. Those things those hurt, man. It takes a while for those good to go away. Ask RJ with the ankle things. But yeah, man. That's it, man. You got any final words for the season?
For the rest of the season, I feel like we could come back and chat about what we saw. I guess maybe we could talk the closest thing. We could talk about how the Nets do.
Oh yeah,
They still represent New York. See how that goes since the Knicks ain't out there.
we'll talk about it. We'll talk about go through the playoffs, I guess, and we'll talk about some of the games that we saw. Oh, hold on. Did you mute yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know, cause just saw you talking. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I was
But
talking
shit.
to everybody. I did one of these.
It's something else.
Damn, man. You don't know what he said? Like, damn, man, be bugging.
You crazy. But anyway, man, I almost hit one of those earlier because I heard Joe sneaking around. So I almost.
What you saying? I better not be over there when I finish this podcast.
Whatever it could have been. It could have been whatever. But yeah, keep my wife's name.
Yeah. Ouch. Yo, that was a big. Remember when I dropped that when I said that just happened?
Yo, we talked about that live. That was cool, man.
Yeah, that was a cool joint right there.
But
Matter of
yeah,
fact,
man.
One of the things I want to do. Matter of fact, we got to do one. I just want to go live on IG and like talk about it. Like that would have been a cool joint to talk about. Just me and you, just do a IG live just for the shits and giggles and just see how it goes.
Yeah. That would have been dope.
You know what I mean? Because you know what I thought about that I ain't say nobody else. I think was dope about that. Like now he's a rapper because that's like a rapper move. That ain't no famous actor getting the awards. Like that's a rapper move.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like Will Smith. He reduced himself back to rapper status.
Now he's from Philly again. Like
now he's from Philly.
He's from Philly, yo. Y'all forget he's from Philly. I'm like, oh, now we remember he's from Philly.
Yeah. It was stupid
because that wasn't the first time he slapped somebody. So you know, that's in this. that shit was funny because he was like, "What's wrong with you?"
Yeah.
The way he slapped that dude, that was
that was like instinctual too. It was like, yo, what you doing, man? Come on, man.
What's wrong with
you? You saw that joint recently? That's exactly. He's like, yo.
He's like, oh. What's wrong with you?
I like that one too because he's like, I ain't slapping hard enough, but he can press charges. They look at that video and be like, come on, man. You gave you a little pop.
Yeah. It was like, yo, I gotta hit you, but I'm gonna do it like how I hit my kid when he acted up. Like, yo, let's chill out.
Yeah, come on, stop. Screaming for.
Yeah, he really hit him with it. Oh.
Yeah. You're doing kissing people, bro.
Like, yo, nah. I'm sorry. It'd have been an uppercut or something. You know what I'm saying? You bugging out. But yeah, man. That's all we got. I'm getting tired. I'm out of here. Y'all have a good one, man. And until next time, man.
No doubt, baby.
Peace out.
All right.